evening. Welcome to the Northern Colorado Image Radio Club Monday Evening TechNet. This is Kilo Alpha 6 Echo Tango Echo. My name's Jim, located in Loveland, Colorado. I'll be net control for this evening's TechNet. Looking for check-ins. Anyone wanting to check into tonight's TechNet, please call now.
This is Kilo Echo 0, Lima Charlie Kilo, KE0LCK, the other Mike from Windsor.
Whiskey 0, Uniform. Hold up there at KE0LCK, Mike. There's another station to try checking in. You were dropping in and out of the repeater. I don't know if you'd try again.
What? Hey, this is KP0NE, Fort Collins.
Hey, KC0NE.
Correct.
Okay, copy that. No, it sounded like there was another station in there that had uniform. Was about the only letter I picked out of it. But looking for check-ins. Anyone wanting to check into tonight's TechNet, please call now. Not here, nothing. This is Kilo Alpha 6 Echo Tango Echo, net control for this evening's Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club TechNet. Looking for check-ins. Anyone wanting to check into tonight's TechNet, please call now.
This is Alpha Echo 0 Charlie Foxtrot and Fort Collins.
Evening, Ben. How are you doing today?
About the same as usual.
I guess that's better than not doing good at all. Good. Looking for check-ins. Anyone wanting to check into tonight's TechNet, please call now.
This is Alpha Echo 0 Golf Mike, George and Bertha.
Evening, George. How are you doing this evening?
Can't complain.
Oh, that's always a good thing when you can't complain about your life going on. Looking for check-ins. Anyone else wanting to check into tonight's TechNet, please call now.
Whiskey 0 Alpha Sierra Papa W0ASP carry in berthed.
Evening, Terry. How are you doing today?
Definitely a Monday. Rode hard and put away wet, and still lots of work to do.
Yeah, that's the story of my life, too, for the past couple weeks. Thanks for checking in. Anyone else wanting to check into tonight's TechNet, please call now.
Evening, this is K0DBE, Debbie in Fort Collins with November 0 Echo Mike Papa, Greg, also in Fort Collins.
Hey, good evening. How are you and Greg doing today?
We're doing pretty good.
That's good. Hopefully enjoying the cooler weather than last week. But, Kilo Alpha 6 Echo Tango Echo looking for check-ins. Anyone wanting to check into tonight's TechNet, please call now. Hear nothing. I'm sure we'll get more check-ins throughout the net as usual. Anyone have any questions for the net before we get into tonight's topic? N0 EMP. N0 EMP. Greg, go ahead. Yeah, one of the club members wants to do some experimentation with transferring power using RF over a single wire transmission line, and he was going to do this at exactly 145 megahertz. He was wondering if there was anything in the area that he might interfere with. It'll be a carrier with CWID on it. It looks like there's a packet station listed at 145.01 that belongs to LRA. Anybody know of anything else right at or real close to 145 megahertz in northeastern Colorado? I do not know of any other than that's the only one I know of in the area that's right around 145 megahertz. The rest of them are above that or below it with the APRS or the iGates and digipeters. Anyone else know of anything around? Do you know if that LRA packet station is still active? I do not know for sure. I know I tried accessing it a couple weeks ago and was unsuccessful. I never emailed or did anything to see if it was active or not. I think Joe or James might know. I know Joe's active with the LRA. I have yet to join that group around here, so I'm not positive. Okay, thanks. N0EMP. You're welcome. If I hear of anything, I'll be sure to let you know so you can relay it. Anyone else have any questions for the TechNet before we get into tonight's topic?
0 ASP.
ASP, Terry, go ahead.
To make a very good electrical bond between two pieces of aluminum. Now, of course, aluminum oxidizes instantaneously in air, and I'm wondering if anybody has any suggestions for surface preparation or a chemical compound that could be used to ensure very low resistance between two pieces of machined aluminum.
That is a very good question. The only thing I can think of is just anything that won't leave any type of oily residue or anything. I haven't tried anything. Anyone else have any suggestions? It looks like everyone else's knowledge on that's about the same. Unsure. Don't know of anything.
Okay, well, my current methodology is to scrape it down with steel wool and use carb cleaner to clean the surface, and then use no-ox.
Yeah, I mean, that would work. I know in the past when we were cleaning aluminum wheels and automotive parts for polishing, we would use a Scotch-Brite pad. They're abrasive enough to clean and scuff the surface of the aluminum, but not quite as abrasive as steel wool.
It doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to work. So I don't mind digging a little bit deeply into the aluminum to get rid of all the oxidation.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if it's going to be covered and sandwiched together, looks doesn't matter. Like I said, I know that's just something we use because it would definitely clean it. But steel wool works too. I mean, if it's heavy oxidation, then yeah, use something heavy. And if it's too deep of gouges, use something a little bit finer than steel wool if you need to. But if not, no need to.
And ultimately, there are the stainless steel screws that are holding the two pieces together. So I'm hoping that that kind of mechanical contact would make some electrical contact, at least.
Yeah, definitely. One thing I would suggest using the stainless steel screw, even though they're stainless steel, put some type of dielectric grease on the bolt holding them together. I know that steel and aluminum will react and you get a lot of corrosion built up on it, and it can make them almost impossible to take apart without breaking the bolts, and it can create enough corrosion to where it'll gradually start to separate the two pieces to where you'll get a gap in there.
For that, I'm using a product called Noalox from a company called Ideal, and it's a It's zinc powder that's in a some kind of emulsion, and I don't know what the liquid portion is. W0ASB.
That I'm not sure on. For some reason I forgot that you had mentioned that. I know that the zinc emulsion will help with corrosion and that. So, sounds like you're off to a good path for testing and learning at least. If it doesn't work, then you know what not to do next time.
Roger that, but it's a long teaching semester because the problems don't show up until the stuff has been outside for a long time.
Yeah, that's always the case, and definitely agree with you there. But, yeah, thank you for the question. If anyone else thinks of anything during the net, feel free to come back with a comment or reply. One last round, anyone else have any questions or comments for the TechNet before we move on to tonight's topic? Yeah, I hear nothing. One thing I've been playing around with and learning about, it combines two things that a lot of people use, WinLink and APRS. You are able to access your WinLink account using your APRS radio and APRS messaging. Has anyone else done anything with it or heard about it? Please call now. Yeah, so it doesn't sound like many people have heard about it or use it. I find it kind of interesting to take two different systems and they have them linked together for access for more of a emergency comms type scenario or just any back area where you don't have access to email or anything else, still being able to get a message out and different forms of doing it. I know the key thing you have to do is you do have to change your APRS settings in your radio. Is the WinLink system will not recognize your call sign if you have an SSID assigned to your APRS. One thing I learned that I did on mine is I removed the SSID and run my straight call sign for my APRS, but I did add it into my beacon status message that mobile unit, or I have mobile -9 in parentheses, so it is still part of the packet that people receive, identifying it as a mobile radio or a base radio, but it leaves the call sign without the SSID. Let the repeater reset. Once you do that, if you're familiar with sending an APRS message, you can go into your message and create a new message. The to portion of the message of who you are sending it to, where you would normally put in the call sign of the person you are sending it to, you put in WLNK, that's Whiskey Lima. Now I can't think of N. Nancy Kilo -1 for an SSID to access the WinLink system from your APRS. enter in the original or the originating message from your APRS, you only want to include the character SP, Sierra Paul, which is the command code, space, and then the email address of the person you are sending the email to. That is all that you will send in the first message. Accessing the WinLink system through APRS, you can send multiple messages, and the system will compile it all into a single message before it is actually sent. After you enter the call sign, like if I was to send one to myself, I would enter the person it was being sent to, or the to portion, the call sign, I would enter WLNK-1, and then in the message body I would put SP. If I send it to myself, I would put Jim@ka6ete.com, and then the message subject line, which you put TechNet, technical help request, and then once you get that, you transmit the message. Let the repeater reset. Once your message is received into the WinLink system, it does have to reach an iGate to have internet access, which is one downfall, but that's pretty much anywhere. Once it reaches the iGate, you will get a acknowledgement message sent back to you saying that the system received your original request. You can follow that up with a single message, multiple message, which would contain the actual body of the email portion. You can do it line by line, send anywhere from 1 to 10 different messages, all containing different lines for your final email. In between each message that you send, you do have to wait to receive an acknowledgement that it was received, so to prevent getting lines mixed up in places and errors from incomplete packets. You do have to wait for the acknowledgement, which is fairly quick. Last time I tried it, I was getting the acknowledgement within 5 seconds of sending it, so it can be quick, but it depends on your signal and location. Let the repeater reset one more time. After you successfully transmitted all of the messages containing the body portion of your email, you'll send one final message that will just have a /EX, which is the command for execute. That lets the system know that you are finished filling in your email and to send it to the recipient that's listed in the first message that you sent to the system. That executes the email and is sent directly to them from the WinLink system using your APRS radio. Anyone have any questions or comments so far for the net?
LCK?
LCK, Mike, go ahead.
Thanks for taking that this evening, Jim. Yeah, I was just wondering, what advantages would you see using the APRS link to the WinLink group? Just wondering what benefits you saw offhand.
One of the big advantages I see is nearly everyone has an APRS radio in their vehicle. Yeah, you can send a short 1-2 line message or email direct from APRS, but you're limited on what you can send, and you can only send an email you can't receive. You can send a text message or an SMS message to someone and receive, or you can send an APRS message and receive an APRS message. The email allows you to put a lot more content into the email. I see it being useful if you were like in airy situation, say for instance the 2013 flood, someone makes it up to Estes Park or Jamestown or somewhere where they have no access or comms equipment set up, and they need to send an email or message requesting further assistance or more resources. They would be able to use the APRS radio in their vehicle to send an email to someone that is not necessarily licensed. They could send it direct to an EOC or someone in charge that could get them the resources they need.
Oh, thank you. I can see that now. Thanks.
You're welcome. Yeah, it's just like any other thing. It's another resource that you have available that not many people know of, and something that could definitely come in handy if you don't have anything set up to send an email or anything, and you do need to send more than 1 or 2 lines of text. There is more that does that with the APRS and WinLink that will give you a little bit more insight on the versatility of it also. Like I said, the big thing is changing your APRS call sign to not include an SSID, and instead just put that in the body of your beacon status text or message. Anyone else have any questions or comments so far for the net? The next portion that combines them, I think, will help. I see a lot of benefits with. If you do use WinLink for email, and if you know that you have to log into your account and access it to see if you have any new messages, it doesn't send you any type of notification just because of the nature of it. You can also, in your beacon status text, include WinLink, WINLINK, in capital letters, anywhere in your beacon status text of your APRS radio. Anytime that your radio beacons and it hits an iGate, it will check the WinLink, the APRS link and WinLink system to see if you have any new emails in your WinLink account. If you do have a new email, it will send you an APRS message stating you have X amount of emails in your WinLink account. Let the repeater reset. That is something I found very useful, as I do have a WinLink account, and there might be times where I won't check it for a week or two, and then when I do check it, I realize, hey, someone sent me an email to that account a week and a half ago, and I never responded because I never knew I had it. But just being able to get a notification, it might not be as soon as you get the email, but you do get notified a lot sooner than if you only check it every couple weeks. Anyone have any questions or comments for the net? Please call now. Now, in using the APRS and WinLink, there are a lot of different commands. It's worth having a cheat sheet, which is something I'm working on doing a write-up on, and including a cheat sheet that people can carry with them for remembering what the special character codes are to access different things. You can, if something's emergent, you need to read the email right away, you can access your account via APRS and pull your emails from WinLink to display in an APRS message. Now, it does limit to the, I believe it's 63 characters, right? So you might get your full email in 4 or 5 different messages depending on the length. You cannot receive attachments, obviously, in the APRS if someone sends you a document attachment or anything, but you can read the message and make the decision if you need to expedite the process of setting up a full WinLink system, or if it can wait until you have access to your WinLink account via computer or laptop or tablet. So there's a lot of options and different areas to play with that are very versatile and have definite benefits. Anyone have any questions about APRS or WinLink in general? Please call now. Hearing nothing, anyone have any interest in discussing more about it, or want to know how to set up a WinLink account if you do not already have one? Do we have any late check-ins or additional questions for the net? Please call now. This is Kilo Alpha 6 Echo Tango Echo, net control for this evening's Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club TechNet. Like I was saying earlier, I'm working on doing a write-up with this, with the steps and all of the command codes for accessing different areas of WinLink via your APRS radio. It will help a lot of people. I will have it posted on Facebook and that once it is completed. I'll also see if the NCARC wants to include it in their document section on the website for people to download and use. One last round, we have any additional questions or comments for the net? Please call now. Yeah, hearing nothing, I'd like to thank everyone who checked into this evening's TechNet. I look forward to hearing from you next week. If you have any topics that you would like to hear discussed on the TechNet, you can email them to Joe via the website at president at NCARC.net, or you can email them directly to me at jim@ka6ete.com, and I'll get them included in the TechNet. A reminder, this Wednesday evening is the ClubNet. It starts at 6:30 with early check-in starting at 6 p.m. We say 7-3. Hope everyone has a good evening, and the repeater is now open for general use.
To you by the Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.